Who are Panthers' 2024 MVPs on offense, defense, and special teams? Carolina teammates vote need more Panthers news? Get exclusive insights into the Carolina Panthers this upcoming season with our free Access Panthers newsletter. Every week on Monday and Saturday. Sign up here. The final week of the regular season, especially for a team not making the playoffs, is a time of reflection. For the Carolina Panthers 4-12, there wasn't a ton to celebrate in 2024. But the team did double its win total from 2023 before Christmas, and the future does seem somewhat bright for head coach Dave Canales and GM Dan Morgan and their respective crews. However, with the season about to wrap up, the Observer went around the Panthers locker room to get its perspective on the team's performance this year. The Observer polled 64 players over the past 2 weeks to get their votes for the offensive, defensive and special teams MVPs of 2024. As with last year's Processing Blue Awards, players had to be on the 53-man roster, practice squad and/or injured reserve for at least 4 weeks this season to receive a vote. The players couldn't vote for themselves, and they only had one vote for each of the 3 categories. There was a bigger turnout this year for the poll, 64 versus 50 in 2023, but quarterback Bryce Young, once again, abstained from taking part in the anonymous vote. Below are the 2024 Processing Blue Panthers MVP awards, as voted on by the Carolina locker room. Panthers Offensive MVP, RB Chuba Hubbard. Votes, 44. Season stats, 250 carries for 1,195 rushing yards and 10 rushing touchdowns, 43 catches for 171 receiving yards and a receiving touchdown. Analysis. Hubbard, who finished in second place in 2023 to last year's offensive MVP, Adam Thielen, ran away with the voting process this year. And anyone who has watched the Panthers this season can understand why Hubbard, who was placed on injured reserve Saturday, was the most consistent player on the team in 2024. His output on the ground was the stuff of workhorses, and his growth as a leader shined through during the entire campaign. The 2021 fourth-round pick signed a 4-year, $33.20 contract extension during Week 10 ahead of the team's Munich, Germany, match against the New York Giants. While running backs have been devalued by most of the teams in the league, Hubbard has been one of the pillars of the franchise this year, and he is set to be one of the notable faces of the offense for years to come. Panthers offensive runner-up, QB Bryce Young. Votes, 15. Season stats through Week 17, completed 209 of 350 passes, 59.7%, for 2,152 passing yards, 12 touchdowns and 9 interceptions, 38 carries for 225 yards and 4 touchdowns. Analysis. Following his Week 3 benching, Young receiving votes in this poll would have seemed unthinkable. Heck, last year, as a 16-game starter, Young, then a rookie, didn't receive a single vote. But Young has stepped it up since returning to the lineup in Week 8. He's still not a finished product, and the jury is still out on his potential status as a franchise QB, but he's done enough to show there's upside and talent there to still explore. Through 29 career games, 27 starts, he's thrown just 23 touchdown passes and rushed for 4 scores. Those 27 combined touchdowns being held up against 19 interceptions and 1 lost fumble don't look all that pleasant, especially for a former first overall pick. But it's clear he's being accepted by his teammates as a leader and player this season. His work in the Week 16 overtime win against the Arizona Cardinals can't go unnoticed, even by his biggest critics. Others who received votes: W.R. Adam Thielen, C. Cade Mays, W.R. David Moore, O.T. Taylor Moton. Observer staff picks: Scott Fowler, R.B. Chuba Hubbard, Mike K. R.B. Chuba Hubbard, Alex Zietlow, R.B. Chuba Hubbard. Panthers Defensive MVP, C.B. J.C. Horn. Votes, 27. Season stats through Week 17: 68 tackles, 2 sacks, 13 pass breakups and an interception. Analysis. This has been a major year for Horn for several reasons. He has been the most talented player on defense since week 2, and he has remained mostly durable throughout the campaign. After missing 29 games with injury during his first 3 seasons, Horn has played in 15 of 16 games this year. Horn has stepped up as a vocal leader, and he has improved mightily as a run defender. While his interception numbers aren't anything to write home about, he has played well within a system that doesn't allow him to regularly travel with opposing number 1 wide receivers. Entering the 5th year of his rookie contract, Horn could look to sign a contract extension this off-season. The Panthers front office would probably like to lower his cap number, and agreeing to an extension could give the team flexibility in 2025 and beyond. Like Hubbard, Horn is an established pillar of the franchise, along with defensive end Derek Brown, last year's defensive MVP, and right guard Robert Hunt. Panthers defensive runner-up, LB Josie Jewell. Votes: 17. Season stats through week 17: 97 tackles, 3.5 sacks, 7 pass breakups and an interception. Analysis: it's been a tale of 2 halves for Jewell in his first year with the Panthers. During the first half of the campaign, Jewell faltered in coverage and was inconsistent against the run. He also suffered a hamstring injury that sidelined him for more than a month.